Westalis, one of the best spies, Twilight, has been assigned by the government for finishing a lot of important missions. He is known for his ability to disguise himself as anybody, and has been living with more than 100 faces. After successfully securing his latest mission, and snatching the Ministry's bald photos before it goes viral, Twilight is assigned to get close to Donovan Desmond. Desmond is the chairman of the National Unity Party of Ostania. Ostania is Westalis' neighbor country that always tries to find reasons to start the war. Unfortunately, Desmond now only attends social gatherings at Eden Academy, an elite private school in Ostania where his sons attend. To make contact with Desmond, Twilight has to start a fake family. He gets to have a child who enrolls in Eden Academy, so he will be invited to the gathering. After moving to Ostania and finding a good house, Twilight starts his life there as Lloyd Forger, a psychiatrist. He then goes to a slum orphanage to adopt a child. The child has to be 6 years old, can read and write, and smart enough to pass Eden Academy's entrance exam. In that slum orphanage, he meets Anya for the first time. Forger is surprised after seeing Anya's ability to solve difficult crossword puzzles, and he then decides to adopt her. Forger doesn't know that Anya is a product of an organization's experiment that can read people's minds. Meanwhile, Anya, who knows Forger's real identity after reading his mind during their first meeting, assumes it will be fun to have a spy as an adopted father. Forger then takes Anya out for a walk. Anya helps him, telling him several perks about herself, including her favorite food and her hobby. Being a parent is more difficult than he thought before. He then takes Anya home, and starts to learn more about parenting. Anya is also a little bit cheeky, she refuses to study for the entrance exam, and keeps tailing Forger wherever he goes. He even has to lock her in home before going to meet his informant, so she can't tail him. Forger then meets Frankie to get an entrance exam form for Anya, and a piece of brief information about her adopted daughter. It is revealed that Anya has been adopted and returned several times, and moved from one orphanage to another orphanage. On the other hand, Anya, who is forced to stay alone at home, is bored and starts to check Forger's stuff. She accidentally turns on a communication tool that sends signals to Forger's enemy. When Forger gets home, several enemies are waiting for him there and Anya has been kidnapped. He then disguises himself and ambushes the enemy's place. Later, he manages to get Anya back and defeats those enemies. After Forger rescues her from her kidnappers, Anya becomes increasingly attached to him as a father figure, and chooses to remain with him despite being given an offer to go to a better orphanage. After the incident, both father and daughter later have to move to a new place. Anya later is forced to study for the entrance test. Although she hates studying, Anya manages to pass the test and get accepted into Eden Academy. Another problem appears when Forger gets a letter from the academy. The next test is a family interview. The prospective students have to attend an interview together with both parents. It means Forger has to find a mother for Anya. At first, he asks his informant, Frankie, to disguise himself as his wife. Knowing that it will be an instant fail, Forger then starts to look into all single ladies' data in Berlin, who has the potential to be his wife. On the other hand, Yora Breyer, an ordinary clerk at Berlin City Hall, is often confronted by her workmates. It is revealed that a woman who lives alone in Ostania is often regarded as a spy. Yora Breyer has to find a partner soon who can accompany her to her workmate's party. She needs a husband as fast as possible. Her sibling also starts to urge her to find one. Yor has no choice but to lie to her sibling that she is seeing someone, and will take him to this weekend's party. What other people don't know, Yor also has a secret life as an assassin under the alias Thorn Princess. Her difficult life is the biggest reason why she keeps being single after all these years. The next day, when Forger takes Anya to a clothes store to make her some new clothes, he meets Yor. Yor goes there to repair her dress after her bloody mission last night. Forger is attracted to her because she can move behind him without him noticing. During their first meeting, both Yor and Forger consider each other as their potential partner. However, neither of them makes the move to ask each other out. They are both busy with their thoughts and assumptions. Because of Anya's ability to read people's minds, she knows that Yor is an assassin. Anya thinks her spy father will make a good match with an assassin like Yor. She then tells Yor that she has no mom and wants to have one. After finding out that Forger is a widow, Yor dares to ask him to accompany her to the party, which he happily accepts. Forger later also asks for Yor's help to play as a mother figure and accompany them to the family interview. Both Yor and Forger seem to be satisfied with the agreement. Unfortunately, the day when Forger is supposed to accompany Yor to the party, he has to finish a new mission. The enemies outnumbered him and Frankie. They run into an accident while trying to escape. The accident caused him to show up late. Yor thought Forger will never come, so she comes alone to the party. The normal people at the party want to embarrass her, accusing her of lying about having a boyfriend because he doesn't show up. Forger then arrives at the party right before Yor wants to leave. He introduces himself as Yor's husband and apologizes for arriving late because he has some work to finish. Forger's attractive appearance makes people at the party jealous. Camilla, one of Yor's workmates, still wants to embarrass her by saying that Yor had previously worked as an escort. Forger doesn't take the bait. He appears as a supportive husband. When they leave the party, Forger and Yor are chased by his previous enemies, the same enemies who caused him to run into an accident. Yor shows her fighting skills and covers Forger in that tough chase. Assuming that Forger is probably the only man who can accept her peculiar personality and work, Yor proposes to him. Although he is shocked at first, Forger agrees. Both Yor and Forger get married to fulfill their separate goals. Forger marries for his mission and Yor marries him to keep her secret life. By marrying Forger, Yor also becomes Anya's adoptive mother. After the rush marriage, Yor moves to Forger's place. They start to live together as a family. Yor and Forger decide to stay in different bedrooms, considering they haven't gotten to know each other. Anya, excited to have a new mom, shows her every room in their house. Yor is very welcomed by her new family. She also started to admire her new husband for his kindness and cooking ability. It is later revealed that Forger has to forge their marriage certificate. After taking a rest and eating cookies together, the three of them practice for the interview. Forger acts as an interviewer, but he gets disappointed after listening to Anya and Yor's answers. He thinks that it will be impossible to pass the interview with those chaotic answers. To help his new family prepare for the interview, Forger decides to take both Anya and Yor for a walk, so they can spend the day together and learn more about each other. He takes them to watch operas, see art collections in museums, and buy some new clothes. All of those are required as a part of their practice to appear as an elite family. Three of them even take a family picture together. For that day, the Forger family looks like a normal elite family. At the end of the day, Forger also takes Anya and Yor to listen to one politician's speech. Anya, who can hear what's on people's minds, feels dizzy in the crowded place. Forger then decides to leave that place and take them to a fancy restaurant, so they can learn more about table manners. He starts to feel hopeless and his mission might not succeed since it involves another party. Realizing that Forger might have a headache over something, Yor suggests the three of them go to a small quiet park near the town. Anya admits that she prefers quiet places rather than crowded ones. Suddenly, they see a pickpocket snatch a grandma's purse. Yor immediately parked her to that criminal place and tried to catch the pickpocket. She doesn't even consider that it will probably reveal her identity. However, she loses the trace and fails to catch the pickpocket. Seeing what Yor has done impulsively, Forger also rushes to catch the thief while holding Anya in his arms. He also admits that it will be very difficult for them to catch the thief since he blends well in the crowds. Anya listens to his dad's mind and decides to help them by using her telepathic ability. It exhausts her, but she finally can detect the pickpocket among the crowds and leave a hint to his dad. With Anya's help, Forger finally can catch the thief and successfully gives back the purse to Grandma. That old lady can't stop thanking the Forger family for helping her. Forger feels awkward since nobody ever thanks him for what he has done. The old lady also says that the three of them look like a happy family. At night, after getting back to their home, they practice again for the interview. This time, Anya answers one of the interview questions well. However, it's still a long way to go to prepare the family for the interview. That's the end of part 1. Thank you so much for staying with us until the end. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel for more updates. Please turn on your notifications, so you won't miss part 2. See you in the next videos.